Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video lecture, we are going to discuss about our fifth unit of DC. In that, we are going to study what is mean by digital modulation technique. In that, we will see ASK, FSK, PSK, QPSK and DPSK. Okay, so let us see one by one. So as we know that the digital modulation techniques which will provide the more information capacity, high data security, quicker system availability with the great quality communication. Hence, we can say digital modulation technique have a greater demand for their capacity to convey larger amounts of data than analog modulation technique. So there are many types of digital modulation techniques and also their combinations depending upon the need. So of them all we will discuss the prominent ones. The first point is ASK, that is amplitude shift keying. In ASK, the amplitude of the resultant output depends upon the input data, whether it should be a zero level or a variation of positive and negative depending upon the carrier frequency. Then second is the FSK, that is frequency shift keying. So here the frequency of the output signal will be either high or low depending upon the input data applied. The next point is the PSK, that is phase shift keying. So here the phase of the output signal gets shifted depending upon the input. So these are mainly of two types, namely binary phase shift keying, that is BPSK, and quadrature phase shift keying, that is QPSK. And according to the number of phase shifts, the other one is differential phase shift keying, that is DPSK. Okay, which changes the phase according to the previous value. Then we will discuss about the M-ary encoding. So basically this M-ary encoding techniques are the methods where more than 2 bits are made to transmit simultaneously on a single signal. So this helps in the reduction of the bandwidth. Okay, so basically there are 3 types of M-ary techniques. The first is M-ary ASK, second is M-ary FSK, and third is M-ary PSK. Okay. Then after that, here next point is ASK. So let us see what is mean by ASK. So here as we know that the amplitude shift keying, that is ASK, it is the type of amplitude modulation which represents the binary data in the form of variations in the amplitude of signal. So here any modulated signal has a high frequency carrier. Okay, and the binary signal when ASK modulated gives a zero value for a low input while it gives the carrier output for the high input. Okay, so here this ASK this is the following figure which will represent the ASK modulated waveform along with its input. Okay, so this is the input binary sequence. Okay, this is the zero value or we can say low value, and for low value it will be considered as a same line, and for higher value or we can say for the 1 or we can say for the higher input value it will show the sinusoidal waveform. Okay, so to find the process of obtaining this ASK modulated wave, let us learn about the working of the ASK modulator. Okay, so here the ASK modulator block diagram comprises of the carrier signal generator, the binary sequence from the message signal, and the band limiter filter. Okay, so here following is the block diagram of this ASK modulator. We can see in this diagram. So here the carrier generator sends a continuous high frequency carrier. Okay, so this is the carrier signal. Okay, carrier generator, and the binary sequence from the message signal makes the unipolar input to be either high or low with the help of this unipolar binary sequence. Okay, yeah, which will make the unipolar input to be either high or low. So the high signal closes the switch allowing the carrier wave, hence the output will be the carrier signal at a high input. So here when there is a low input, the switch opens allowing the no voltage to appear, hence the output will be low. In this waveform we can see here for the low input, here we can see the output will be low. Okay, then the band limiting filter shapes the pulse depending upon the amplitude and phase characteristics of the band limiting filter or the pulse shaping filter. Okay, the next point is ASK demodulator. Okay, as we have discussed the first point, that is ASK modulator, then second part is ASK demodulator. Means what here? Here at the receiver side we have to perform the opposite operation of modulation, that is demodulation. Okay, so here there are two types of ASK demodulation technique. They are, the first is asynchronous ASK demodulation or we can say detection, and second is synchronous ASK demodulation or synchronous ASK detection. Okay, so here the clock frequency at the transmitter when matches with the clock frequency at the receiver, then it is known as synchronous method. Okay, and as the frequency gets synchronized, otherwise it is known as the asynchronous detection. Okay, then let us see how to demodulate the asynchronous ASK signal. Okay, so here this asynchronous ASK detector consists of half wave rectifier. This is rectifier signal which is used to convert AC to DC signal, then a low pass filter and the comparator. This is low pass filter and this is comparator. So this is the diagram for the asynchronous ASK demodulator. Okay, so here the modulated ASK signal is given to this half wave rectifier. Okay, so here we can apply the sinusoidal signal to this rectifier. Okay, then what is the use of this rectifier? The rectifier will convert the AC signal into the DC. Okay, so this rectifier which deliver the positive half output, then the output of this rectifier will given to the low pass filter. So this low pass filter suppresses the higher frequencies and gives an envelope detector output from which the comparator delivers a digital output. Okay, so this is the output of rectifier. It will provide only DC value. Then with the help of this low pass filter, this will pass only low frequency value. Okay, and it will suppress the higher frequency values. Okay, and then after that this low pass filter, low pass frequency value will given to this comparator, and the role of this comparator is what? It will compare the values and it will deliver the digital output in this manner in the form of digital pulse. Okay, so this is the asynchronous ASK demodulation or we can say asynchronous ASK detection. Next is the synchronous ASK demodulator. So here this synchronous ASK detector consists of square law detector, then low pass filter, then next block is the comparator and the voltage limiter. Okay, so we can see here this is the block diagram for the synchronous ASK demodulator. So here the ASK modulated input signal is given to this square law detector, and this square law detector is one whose output voltage is proportional to the square of the amplitude modulated input voltage, and after that it will given to this low pass filter. This low pass filter minimizes the higher frequencies, and the comparator and the voltage limiter help to get the clean digital output. So at the end we will get again the clean digital output at the receiver side. Okay, so this is the synchronous ASK demodulator. Okay, then after that let us see the next point, that is frequency shift key. Okay, so this FSK is the digital modulation technique in which the frequency of the carrier signal varies according to the digital signal changes. So FSK is the scheme of frequency modulation. Okay, so the output of the FSK modulated wave is a high in frequency for a binary high input and is low in frequency for a binary low input. Okay, so the binary ones and zeros are called mark and space frequencies. So here the following image is the diagrammatic representation of FSK modulated waveform along with its input. So as we can see, this is the input binary sequence, okay, and this is the FSK modulated output wave. So to find the process of obtaining this FSK modulated wave, let us know about the working of FSK modulator. Okay, so this is the FSK modulated block diagram which will comprises of two oscillators with the clock and the input binary sequence. So we can see this is the first oscillator and this is second oscillator. This is envelope detector, this is second envelope detector. Okay. So here the two oscillators producing the higher and a lower frequency signals. Okay. So these are connected to the switch along with an internal clock. So here to avoid the abrupt phase discontinuities of the output waveform during the transmission of the message, the clock is applied to the both oscillator. So as we can see here, the clock is applied to the both the oscillator internally. So the binary input sequence is applied to the transmitter so as to choose the frequencies according to the binary input. Okay, then let us see the FSK demodulator. Okay, so basically this is the diagram of FSK demodulator. In that again there are two types. The first is asynchronous FSK detector and second is synchronous FSK detector. So there are different methods for demodulating the FSK wave. As we know that the main methods of FSK detections are asynchronous detector and synchronous detector. So the synchronous detector is the coherent one while asynchronous detector is the non-coherent one. Okay. So let us see first point, that is asynchronous FSK detector. So the block diagram of this FSK detector consists of two band pass filter, two envelope detector and a decision circuit. So we can see this is the decision circuit. This is the two band pass filter, two envelope detector. Okay. Following is the diagrammatic representation of this FSK. So the FSK signal is passed through this two band pass filter. This is band pass filter 1 and this is band pass filter 2, tuned to the space and mark frequencies, and the output from these two BPF, that is band pass filter, look like a ASK signal which is given to this envelope detector, and the signal in each envelope detector is modulated simultaneously. So this decision circuit choose which output is more likely and select it from any one of the envelope detector. It also reshapes the waveform to the rectangular one. Okay. So here at the output we will get the digital signal. Okay. Next is the synchronous FSK detector. So here as we can see, the block diagram of this synchronous FSK detector consists of two mixers. This is first mixer, this is second, with the local oscillator circuit, and two band pass filters are there. This is band pass filter 1, this is band pass filter 2, and the decision circuit. Okay, so this is the diagrammatic representation of synchronous FSK detector. So here the FSK signal input is given to the two mixers with the local oscillator circuits. Okay, then these two are connected to the two band pass filters. This is band pass filter 1 and band pass filter 2. Then these combination act as a demodulator, and the decision circuit choose which output is more likely and select it from any one of the detectors. So the two signals have the minimum frequency separation. So for both of the demodulator, the bandwidth of each of them depends on their bit rate. Okay. So this synchronous demodulator is the bit complex than the asynchronous type modulator. Okay. Next is the PSK, that is phase shift key. So PSK is the digital modulation technique in which the phase of the carrier signal is changed by varying the sine and cosine inputs at a particular time. So PSK technique is widely used for the wireless LANs. It can be used in biometric, contactless operations along with the RFID and in Bluetooth communications. So this PSK is of two types depending upon the phases the signal gets shifted. They are the first is BPSK, that is binary phase shift keying, and second is QPSK, that is quadrature phase shift keying. Okay, so in BPSK this is also called as two phase PSK, or we can say phase reversal key, because in this technique the sine wave carrier takes two phase reversal such as 0 degree and 180 degree. Okay, that's why it is called as binary phase shift keying. And this BPSK is basically a double sideband suppressed carrier, that is DS-BSC modulation scheme for message being the digital information. Second is the QPSK, that is quadrature phase shift keying. So this is the phase shift keying technique in which the sine wave carrier takes four phase reversals such as 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree and 270 degree. Okay. And in BPSK what happened? There are two phase reversal, that is 0 degree and 180 degree. But in case of QPSK there are four phase reversal, 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree and 270 degree. Okay. So let us see the BPSK modulator. So here this is the block diagram of binary phase shift keying which will consist of the balance modulator. As we can see, this is the balance modulator which has the carrier sine wave as one input and the binary sequence as the other input. This is the carrier wave generator which will continuously generate the high frequency signal. Okay, and this is the binary sequence data which is used to create or to provide the binary sequence. Okay, then here at the receiver side, at the output side, it will give the PSK wave. So the modulation of BPSK is done using this balance modulator which multiply the two signals applied at the input. For the zero binary input the phase will be 0 degree, and for high input the phase reversal is 180 degree. Okay, as we can see this in the following diagram. So this is the input binary sequence having 0, 1 or low and high value is present there. Okay, so for low value what will happen here? So for the 0 binary input the phase will be 0. As we can see, the phase shift is 0 for the low value, and for a high input here we can see this is the high input, and for this high input data the phase reversal is of 180 degree. Okay, so this is the diagrammatic representation of a BPSK modulated output wave along with its given input. Okay, so here the output sine wave of the modulator will be the direct input carrier or the inverted 180 degree phase shifted input carrier which is the function of the data signal. Okay, then let us see next point, BPSK demodulator. Okay, so here the block diagram of this BPSK demodulator consists of a mixer, then one local oscillator is there, one band pass filter is there, and two input detector circuits are there. Okay, so here we can see BPSK demodulator. By recovering the band limited massive signal with the help of the mixer circuit and the band pass filter, the first stage of demodulation gets completed. Okay, here, and the baseband signal which is band limited is obtained, and this signal is used to regenerate the binary message bit stream. Then in the next stage of demodulation the bit clock is needed at the detector circuit to produce the original binary message signal. If the bit rate is a submultiple of the carrier frequency, then the bit clock regeneration is simplified. Okay, so to make the circuit easily understandable, a decision making circuitry may also be inserted at the second stage of this detection. Okay. Is the QPSK, that is quadrature phase shift keying, that is QPSK. Basically this QPSK is a variation of BPSK, and it is also a double sideband suppressed carrier, that is DSB-SC modulation scheme, which sends 2 bits of digital information at a time, which is called as digits. Okay, so instead of the conversion of digital bits into a series of digital stream, it converts them into the bit pairs. Okay, so this decreases the data bit rate to half, and which allows space for the other users. Okay, so let us see the QPSK modulator. So this QPSK modulator uses a Beats filter, 2 multipliers with local oscillator, then 2 bit serial to parallel converter, and a summer circuit. So this is the diagram for the QPSK modulator. So as we can see here, at the modulator inputs, the message signal is even bit. Okay, that is second, fourth bit and sixth bit, etc. Okay, and odd bits are 1, 3, 5, like this. So these are separated by the bits filter. So here we can see this is the odd bit and this is even bit. So these 2 bits, even and odd bits, are separated by the bits filter and are multiplied with the same carrier to generate odd BPSK, which is called as PSK1, and even BPSK called as PSKQ. Okay, so this PSKQ, this is PSKQ and this is PSK1. So this PSKQ signal is anyhow phase shifted by 90 degree before being modulated. Okay, so the QPSK waveform for this 2 bits input is as follows, which shows the modulated result for the different instances of a binary input. Okay, so here we can see this is the carrier channel. Okay, and this is modulated result. So modulating values from 2 bits, this is 00, 10, 01 and 11. Okay, then next point is QPSK demodulator. So the QPSK demodulator uses a 2 product demodulator circuit with local oscillator, 2 band pass filter, then 2 integrator circuit, and a 2 bit parallel to serial converter. Okay, this is parallel to serial converter. So following is the diagram. Here the 2 product detectors at the input of demodulator simultaneously demodulate the 2 BPSK signals, and the pair of bits are recovered here from the original data. So these signals after processing are passed to the parallel to serial converter. Okay, and at the output side here we will get the digital signal. Next point is DPSK, that is differential phase shift keying. In DPSK, the phase of the modulated signal is shifted relative to the previous signal element. So no reference signal is considered here, and the signal phase follows the higher or low state of the previous element. So this DPSK technique doesn't need a reference oscillator. So we can see this is the figure which will represent the model waveform of DPSK. So it is seen from the above figure that if the data bit is low, that is 0, then the phase of the signal is not reversed. Okay, and but continued as it was, if the data is a high, that is 1, then the phase of the signal is reversed as with NRZ1. Okay, invert on a first, that is a form of differential encoding. Okay, so if we observe the above waveform, we can say that the high state represents an M in the modulating signal and the low state represents W in the modulating signal. Okay, then let us see DPSK modulator. So this is the DPSK. It is a technique of BPSK in which there is a no reference phase signal. Here the transmitted signal itself can be used as a reference signal. So following is the diagram of the DPSK modulator. Okay, as we can see here, we are using XNOR gate. Okay, so this DPSK encodes two distinct signals, that is the carrier and the modulating signal with 180-degree phase shift each. So the serial data input is given to the XNOR gate and the output is again fed back to the other input through the 1-bit delay. So the output of the XNOR gate along with the carrier signal is given to the balance modulator and it will produce the DPSK modulated signal. Okay, so this is the DPSK modulator. Next point is DPSK demodulator. In DPSK demodulator, the phase of the reverse bit is compared with the phase of the previous bit. Okay, so here we can see this is the block diagram of DPSK demodulator. So from the above figure, it is evident that the balance modulator is given the DPSK signal along with the 1-bit delay input. That signal is made to confine to lower frequencies with the help of low pass filter. Then it is passed to the shaper circuit, and then which is a comparator, or we can say semi-trigger circuit, which is used to recover the original binary data as the output. Okay, so this is the DPSK demodulator. Okay guys, so in today's video lecture we have discussed the digital modulation techniques. In that we have studied what is mean by ASK, FSK, TSK, QPSK and DPSK. Okay, so thank you for watching my videos.